This is the Arcimoto SRK. It's a 3-wheeled electric vehicle. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. There's a whole lot going on here when you glance at this thing. First off, we've got motorcycle handlebars here. We've got the throttle right here over on the right, forward, reverse. Up here on the handlebars, this one's important. We've got regen braking, so while you're driving, you can give some of that life back to the battery. It reminds me a lot of the BMW i8 and the weekend that we spent with that a little over a year ago, because you can't really bring this thing anywhere without people stopping you for pictures or asking you what it is or how they can own one or where they can ride it. This is made by a company out of Eugene, Oregon, and this is not the first time they've ever made something like this, but this is definitely the latest and greatest. From the last version of this one, they've shaved the weight down from 1,700 pounds to 1,000 pounds. They also dropped the price pretty significantly. Now this thing costs $11,900. It's an electric vehicle, so we get a lot of torque off the line as soon as you get on that throttle. But I've been told that this prototype version only has 60% throttle. It's kind of hard to believe because it really moves when you hit it. And you kind of get that fun jolt back in your seat. That effect is doubled by the fact that the motors are up here in the front, so you're being dragged along by this thing. The other really gnarly thing about the front wheels and the whole setup up here is the suspension, which is totally wild. It looks like something off of an Indy car or an F1 car or something, and it makes the ride really, really smooth. We're also really down low, which helps with that stability. It looks like a really crazy vehicle, but it's really safe. At least it feels that way.
But I should mention, this was the second time that we tried to take the Arcimoto out during CES. The first time we tried, we had some problems with the hydraulic brake system. But keep in mind, these were prototype vehicles, and Arcimoto is not just some company that showed up at CES that we never heard of before. We had some faith in what they were able to do, and we wanted to take the SRK back out on the road, so we got another chance later in the week.
This thing does 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. This prototype version is doing about 0 to 60 in about 10. But 0 to 40, whoo, it's fast. That is fun. You could never leave the city and have a lot of fun with this thing. But getting on an open stretch like that is highly recommended. The other really cool thing about this vehicle is it reminds me a lot of the Tesla Model X. You've got this windshield that goes all the way up and over, which means you can look straight up at the sky. But now that we got a chance to move, let's look forward. Let's give this thing some gas or some charge. Up to 54, 55, 56, and we're on a hill.